Good morning, Magic players. Thanks for tuning in to the TCS Rockets series. We're going to be playing some Modern today. My name's Zach Miles.
I'm Joe Vetti.
And thanks for tuning in. So this is going to be the last of the Rocket Series qualifying events. We got that today, and then we're going to have the championship, the top 16, a little later on this month on the 23rd. So make sure you're back for that, tuning in. It looks like we got last season's Rockets winner, Chaz Tanner, hanging out on the left there. Looks like he's on some Yawgmoth. Wanted to play some Yawgmoth, some of the goodest boys, and see if we can combo kill him. We got David on the right playing some Gruul Aggro. Kind of an interesting list. We're gonna take a look at deck lists here to see if we can get a little bit more information. But I've actually seen this deck before. It's actually really cool. You want to give us a little insight, Joe?
Yeah, so it's kind of like Prowess, but he's moved a bit off the Prowess package for sort of an Underworld Breach Storm list. So he's got Goblin and Narcomancer to cut costs on his red-green cards, running 4 Mishra's Baubles, running 2 Grape Shot as an extra way to win, 3 Underworld Breach, 4 Ren's Resolve, 4 Manamorphose. So just going to see a lot of cards really fast and try to grow the Questing Druids, get in with Ragavan, get in with Dragon's Rage Channeler, and either do Prowess aggro things or do weird Breach combo things.
Definitely cool. Definitely a sweet list. Saw this before, and it is a very interesting list. So I'm going to see Chaz on the play here. Is going to start with a Boseiju and then a Yawgmoth. Just that goodest boy we're talking about. And then David going fetch into a mountain and then playing. Great card for this deck, that good old DRC, that Dragon's Rage Channeler. And we're going to see double Yawgmoth here.
Double Channel Land, double Yawgmoth start for Chaz.
Very, very interesting. See what Dave goes. See if we can peek at hand. Looks like Chaz is sitting on 2 chords. I believe that is a Grist, and then no, not a Sheldred. Another
third Yawgmoth.
His third Yawgmoth. The Yawgmoth beats. All right, let's see if we can. So David's gonna fetch here. David's sitting on
Bolt Unholy Heat for sure.
Bolt Unholy good, definitely good. I think he had a Underworld Breach in his hand as well. Yeah, Chaz sitting on Grist, double chord, and then that other card. So he's just gonna go straight into Mountain. It's a pretty aggressive start for Chaz, especially with David going fetch. He does run Shocklines in there, like he's not just straight mono red, obviously, since he's playing Gruul. I believe he does have a couple Stomping Grounds in there.
The full set, full
Stomping Grounds. Woo! That's a lot of shocks. It's very shocking.
David being smart, conserving his life total, especially against the double Yawgmoth start.
Yeah, we can see a Ren's Resolve from David here. He's going to Surveil first.
Stomping Ground, second Lightning Bolt in David's hand for that. That's his 5 right now.
That's pretty good. He's going to bin it.
Surveilling the Narcomancer.
Okay. Oh, that's exactly what you want to hit
Baubles,
with.
Feet of Hope.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, he does have the Stomping Ground in hand, so he'll be able to play that. This is Abundant Harvest. Play the Abundant Harvest next.
And that Baubles should be giving David Delirium here, so we'll start getting in for 3.
See, there we go. Turn him sideways. And then now the race starts. I mean, we could just see Land Grist.
Land Grist is pretty
and then
good
kill
here.
Darcy.
Kill the one threat.
Yeah.
David has to do the Seed of Hope to rebuild a little bit, and doesn't really have gas in the hand right now. David drew a Manamorphose off the Bauble trigger.
Oh, very good.
Another land.
Yeah, a Reducer here would be sweet for him. Making the Manamorphose mana positive. Alright, yeah, so Chaz sitting on a lot. He just passed up here. Who's sitting on? We're gonna get another Surveil here from David. Binning it? Oh, he's just gonna draw. Okay, he's gonna leave it there and draw it. Oh, okay, there's the Reducer.
Here's the Anarchomancer.
Awesome. Yeah, he's got everything kind of set up right now. So he's got the Reducer, he's got the Breach. Really, it's just doing a little bit of extra digging so that he can get into the Grape Shot lines. So,
or even just
a bit more.
Underworld Breach, Lightning Bolt 3 times. He's getting close to that, actually.
Yeah.
Bowmasters was
Ooh.
what Jazz was holding up there.
Yeah.
With a Naruto trading card game.
Yeah.
Itachi is the token.
All right, that's gonna be.
There's land 3 for Chaz.
Yeah. That's the Surveil land. I always forget the name of that one. The green black
Underground Mortuary, I believe.
Mortuary. It is a good one. Yes, Underground Mortuary. See what Chaz wants to play here. I mean, this is not open deck list, so he doesn't know that David next turn he just kind of storm. I mean, you kind of presume when your opponent plays a spell reducer that they're probably planning on doing some storming.
The Anarchomancer's a tip that David's not just playing prowess here.
Yeah. It's like, wait, I just want my spells to be cheaper. That's all I want.
Yawgmoth number 3 for Chaz.
Oh yeah, he does have Cord here.
He does have the option to Cord for Grist. Can pass Cord for Yawgmoth next turn.
Yeah, I don't think he has. Oh, do you know what he can Cord for here? Endurance.
Very true.
Yes. Is he just popping that off now? He's going to Cord for 3 now. Maybe he just doesn't want to give him an option here. Oh, he's going to Fulminator? I think he's just kind of capitalizing on just having David being tapped out. I mean, he's on green-red, so see what he's thinking here. I mean, once again, it's kind of like the thing where you're like...
getting Fulminator.
Okay, so he's going to Fulminator here. He's going to set David back a little bit. Did we see another land in David's hand?
He has a Stomping Ground in hand.
Another Stomping Ground in hand. Okay.
Do we know what Chaz's second card is? We know he has Grist.
It's another Cord.
It's a second card. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Use that first Cord to slow David down. He's able to take a hit, take 5, go to 9, and then be able to either put Yawgmoth into play or use Grist and just be able to attempt to try to take control of the board after that.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's assuming David has multiple bolts in hand.
Yeah.
Which makes this risky.
Yeah, you never expect the bolt. Oh, this actually... No, that is... It would be lethal. Because he'll be able to Manamorphose and generate a mana, and then he'll be able to go bolt, and then escape bolt.
Oh, very true.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what's going on. Oh yeah, bolt the Bowmasters. Oh, you just
That's
doesn't
not
want to
going
take
for
so much damage. I mean, he can also chain Manamorphose a couple of times here. I think he can afford to do that.
Which lines are hard.
Yeah. Surveil. Oh, he didn't even look at. He's just like, I'm just looking to fill my graveyard.
There we go.
Yeah, so we're gonna do red, draw. Oh my gosh, another bolt.
Okay.
This is easy then. I mean, you just bring back Manamorphose again, have red, have triple red, and then go bolt. the triple bolt lines. Who would have thought?
All those calculations for how to push through or like navigate mana just sort of didn't matter after drawing that third lightning bolt.
Yeah. Yes, sitting on 3 red. Bolt. Yeah. Fortunately, hindsight is, holding on to that Cord and then being able to endurance here would have saved Chaz, at least for a turn. He's gonna scoop it up there. So we're gonna go to game 2. Looking at sideboards, so Chaz has, looks like 2 Chalice and Endurance, 2 Force of Vigor, a Fulminator, another Fulminator on this side, 2 Legion's End, the Maelstrom Pulse, Necroplasm, Pick Your Poison, Reclamation Sage, a Sheldred, a Soulless Jailer, and a Spike Feeder. This is kind of pseudo a burn deck, so I think Spike Feeder is probably fine here.
I agree.
Along with the Soulless Sailor, and Sheldred is also definitely a good option. He was drawing some cards, with Bauble and with Manamorphose. Unfortunately, like Ren's Resolve doesn't really do it. We saw Questing Druid, which also doesn't trigger it, but that's definitely an option.
Soulless, I like Soulless Jailer here a lot. You shut down both of those, like the bottle draw effects with Ren's Resolve or Reckless Impulse. You shut down Underworld Breach. You shut down Questing Druid. You stop a lot of the deck's card advantage with that.
So much good stuff.
David's side, we know he's got Giganthus, his companion. He's got a Pithing Needle, a Pick Your Poison, Cast into the Fire, Ancient Grudge, and then 2 each of Weather the Storm, Alpine Moon, Engineered Explosives, Tormod's Crypt, and Cursed Totem, which I'm willing to bet is in the sideboard specifically for this matchup.
Curse Totem specifically for Yogg, I would have never guessed. So yeah, probably expecting Curse Totems, and then I think Crypt is also fine. Just kind of like redundant effects because you don't want to just rely on a couple. You want to be able to draw.
The Ragavans are free cuts.
Oh yeah,
David can cut some Ragavans, free up spots, and then likely we'll be bringing in the Pithing Needle as well.
Yeah, just Pithing Needle, whatever you care about Yogg is. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of funny that Pithing Needle's kind of in this position now against Yogg where it's not quite as good as it was before, especially with a lot of them running Haywire Mites in the main, or at least one in the side. So if they just you just play Pithing Needle and then you name Yogg and you're like, no, I'm safe, and then either they kill you with something with Agatha Soul Quadrant, or they just Haywire Mite it.
Exactly.
And you're
even,
like, oh, okay.
Especially so, just specifically trying to shut off Yogg with the Pithing Needle, having one under Cauldron turns all of your creatures with a +1/+1 counter into effectively Yawgmoth,
yeah.
but it's not shut down by Pithing Needle.
Yeah, these cards are not named Yawgmoth. They are named Yawgmoth.
Things have gone very wrong.
Yeah.
If your opponent's naming Yawgmoth with their Pithing Needle.
That would be a sight to see. that would be hilarious.
We should make bingo cards. Have that on there for one of them.
It would have to be general. It would have to be name a creature without an activated ability with Pithing Needle.
So Skewer the Critics, an Archomancer, Bobble, Bloodstained Mire, Questing Druid, Underworld Breach, and I think a Ren's Resolve. David decided to ship that back.
Shipping it. Doesn't like it. I think Chaz also not liking his too much. Get some good old shufflings.
So David has a history of playing on the series, even in the store, of playing off-meta decks, and doing incredibly well with them.
Yeah, you just, like, you know, it kind of shows when you jam a deck a lot, you get pretty good at playing it. Like, you get really familiar with it.
He's also in touch with the meta, so he knows sideboard cards to bring in, cards to play, knows how to play around the meta decks, and just has the edge in his opponents not entirely knowing exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. All right, let's see. We got Besagi Swamp, Delighted Halfling, Grist, Endurance, and then another card. So with the Halfling, David sitting on Grape Shot, Stomping Ground, Darcy, Mountain,
Lightning Bolt, Questing Druid, Underworld Breach.
Nice, not too bad.
Bolt
the Bird. Oh, Wallet that's the other one. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love this play. Walrus minus, play another 1-drop. Ooh!
Turning
so much mana!
Walrus into a 1-drop that you can block creatures. It's so good. It's really nice.
So good. Yeah, Chaz definitely needs to draw a little bit of gas here. Like a core draw would be really nice. I mean, he's sitting on Grist plus Endurance, so...
The Endurance does help against the DRC.
Yeah.
Bolt the Bird again.
Okay. Okay. Is that another Delighted Halfling? I'm gonna see Grist.
I think it was, but we're gonna do Grist here. Yeah. Guy's gonna try and sort of take control on the board.
Yeah, just start making a bunch of dudes. The sweetness.
Very nice insect.
Yeah, that's super cool. Get drawn.
Another Stomping Ground.
Yeah, it looks like Chaz to draw another Delighted Halfling. More halflings. Let's see what he wants to do here. He's got some options. I mean, he can play land here because you can't really multi-spell this turn.
Yeah, I think David's best route is to hold up the adventure half of Questing Druid.
Yeah. Get some cards at the end of turn. Chaz drawing a Yawgmoth. He does have Delighted Halfling. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, there we go.
Let's do it again.
Open up some lines for Chaz.
Yes. Oh, man, that's real good.
He's attacking.
Yeah, attack for 1. Darcy's only a 1/1 still, so I am totally fine with trading an insect for that. And he's just going to pass here? Okay.
Chaz attacking took himself off of the Yawgmoth this turn. With the cord in hand.
He doesn't have a cord.
Does he have a cord?
No.
I'm getting that.
He's got
Endurance.
He's got an Endurance Yawg.
And a halfling.
Then another half.
That was it. So.
Yeah, because I mean he could play halfling, but I mean this also leaves him open for just hard casting Endurance this turn. I mean, because you could also just still activate Wall of Roots, play the Halfling,
Yes.
and then,
Which I
Hmm.
I think I like that line, because at this point his Wall of Roots is already exposed to Lightning Bolt.
yeah.
It's safe from Unholy Heat now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe he was thinking Brotherhood's End, maybe trying to avoid just like a complete board wipe, but then even then, like, it still kills
Still
Wall
hits
of
them.
Roots. So,
And David fetching again. It's got a Cast into the Fire to take out 2 insects if he chooses to, and a Mishra's Bauble.
Bobble good here. Yeah, he was just waiting a turn here. Because, I mean, if he just draws a land, then that makes it pretty easy. Okay, so he's going to cast in the fire. He's going to kill 2 bugs. Surveil. He can also still... He can also Grape Shot here. And it'll be for 3. This would be Grape Shot plus Cast in the Fire plus Bauble. And then he can take out the Wall of Roots. Take a
Bauble's going to give him
DC.
Delirium as well.
Yeah. There's a Chalice. Okay. That Chalice is going to be pretty brutal next turn for 1.
Even on 0, just shuts down. David can breach and bobble a few times to get some cards back in hand. Endurance.
Yeah.
Shuffle the graveyard. Free chump block on that Dragon's Rage Channeler to take it out of the game.
Yeah, just touch off the breach that's in David's hand now, which is nice. Yes. Tapping. Magic. Yeah. Alright. Go to blocks. I will block my 3/4 into your 1/1. And then is he just gonna...
So he does have a kill
Grape
with
Shot?
that Grape Shot
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, because he can't just kill the endurance. I
And
mean, you know,
Endurance
so...
and the insect. I believe he's got 4 here.
Oh, yeah, it's got 4 now. Yeah, so you could do endurance plus insect. I mean, yeah, because it's also, do you want to take him off of getting 4 mana next turn, too?
Yeah, also true. It's another good line.
Alright, so he's going to do, yeah, he's going to do there, and then 1 on Degrest.
Believe the Grist has... No, we're good.
Okay, he's going to Halfling
Back up
here.
to 6.
So Verdant, attack for 3. David's also getting pretty low here. I mean, a Grist ultimate is 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. Like, you know, just dealing 4 damage right here is pretty good. And then if we see a Yawg from Chaz at any point in the next turn or 2, now it's 5.
Okay, just pushing closer with that.
Yeah. Yeah, make this a little bigger. Putting it out of dies to insect range.
David's also low enough on cards right now where he's going to have a few turns until he's able to get his Druid big enough to block the Endurance. Although Chaz is just down-ticking Grist to kill it right now. Putting David to 10.
Yeah. Alright, so we're seeing the aggro side of Yawg. I'm just gonna play a bunch of creatures. And I think... No, because Yawg is now at 4. I mean, if Chaz doesn't draw a 1-drop here, I mean, we might see Chalice for 1 next turn. Just to shut off Bolts and Unholy Heats.
Just slow David down a little bit more.
Okay, so he's going to... He's going to get Darcy back. Okay. Just a little value. Bobble. Trigger Surveil. Trashing Manamorphose. Okay.
Put some 3 cards into
Another Yawg.
Delirium as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fast turn. Draws another Yawg.
David drew a Questing Druid, which can be big for him to get him back into this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to see Chalice for
Chalice
1.
on 1.
Be with Endurance. Endurance Beat Plan. That's at 2. Manamorphose. Drawing a DRC. Ironically, DRC is probably the worst 1-drop to to draw in this deck because it doesn't do anything else. Because at least like with the spells, like if you had a Darcy on board, then you could
Yeah, you can
trigger. You could still
surveil.
surveil.
You can trigger
and it
your
gets
questing
countered.
druid.
Yeah, you can trigger your questing druid, but it's just like, but the Darcy doesn't do a whole lot.
No, Chad's getting for 5.
Cutting it close. This is all off of 2 lands too. Some awkward. Okay, we're just gonna go to the next game.
Going to game 3.
Yeah. What a very classic double combo deck. Just attacking your opponent down from 20 to 0.
Just playing some limited decks there.
Yeah. I'm gonna play my 1-mana 1/1 that becomes a 2/2 later, and I'm just gonna attack you with it over and over again.
Limited decks plus Grist.
Limited decks plus Grist, yes. Oh man. Ugh. Very, very interesting to see non-comboing.
Yes, people that
combo decks
don't play as much Modern or unfamiliar with Yawgmoth would probably be surprised at how often the games go to Yawgmoth / Endurance beatdown, and it gets you there a reasonable amount of the time.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you're just like, oh, I just didn't draw any of the combo pieces, but I just drew a bunch of creatures that can turn sideways. I guess this is what we're doing. Like,
and
just
then
turn them sideways.
Especially post-board, if your opponent has like brought in Pithing Needles and Curse Totems and has all these like graveyard hate pieces and things to shut down your combo, they just die to getting hit for 4 every turn.
Yep. Yeah, and blocking the 1/1s feels real bad. Because then they become 2/2s, and you're like, oh no. Okay, it looks like he's putting a couple things back in. Oh, it looks like he didn't bring in the Soulless Jailer initially, and I think he's changing his mind on that.
Makes sense. Whenever you play like an off-meta deck, it's hard to know exactly how deep to get when you're boarding.
Yeah. He's thinking about taking out Might and maybe Chalice.
I think I like cutting the Chalice on this
Yeah.
point. It's just David's a fast deck and can definitely go over the Chalice, and I don't think Chaz will have time to reasonably put a Chalice on 2 to shut down Grape Shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Even then, doesn't do anything.
No.
Because you just block the initial copy and you still get hit by the storm.
Yeah. Yeah, plus also being on the draw doesn't help with Chalice.
Absolutely.
If you want to cast it on 1, then David already has 2 chances to cast 1-drops before that happens.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, definitely get behind that. I think the Legion's End is definitely interesting too. I mean, picking up some of his early creatures, like picking off Darcy and picking off the Necromancer, and then picking off the Druid. So, let's see. Heat, Undergrowth, Breach, Necromancer. I think he's got 1 land in that hand. It's a single
One land with
ground.
a Seed of Hope. David's...
Oh, he's keeping. Because he can go get a land, so...
And he's got a few looks to find one, so I think this is reasonable as a keep, especially because he's a deck that really cares about his velocity and the cards in hand. So being on the play and having 7 cards is really big for David.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially since most of your deck costs 1 or 2 anyway.
Absolutely.
And with the Necromancer in hand, being able to just reduce those spells just to 1 is definitely great. I see a mole from Chaz here. See Yawgmoth, Dryad Arbor. Well, he's a
Takanuma.
mole, so
It's a free card to put on the bottom.
easy
Draw that Dryad Arbor.
peasy.
Got a Grist, Wall of Roots. I think he's got a Zilliport Cutthroat in hand.
Yeah, looks like Zulaport.
David shocking and starting with the Dragon Channeler.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, so that Seed of Hope's going to get him an even further look to find that second land.
Ooh, or Rens Resolve. Yeah. Not land or non-land. Oh,
Choosing to
trashing
not
land.
take...
This seems fine. Because he could just choose land. Yeah.
Oh, he found one. Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
That's
I apologize.
That's
I was looking at
Abundant
this as the wrong card.
Yeah.
Not a Seed of Hope.
Block.
Chaz declaring block before combat.
1. I think we just see main phase Bowmasters here. I don't know if he's looking to get a little bit of extra value.
I think
Yeah.
I think Chaz deciding to play it safe. David would have the option potentially to fetch and then maybe surveil into something, possibly, which is odds are low off that, but
Pithing Needle.
just firing off a Pithing Needle.
Yeah. Okay. Snap that off now.
There.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to hit 2 spells here in order to hit Delirium.
I don't know if he can, actually. He's
Well,
got an
he needs to
instant
hit
and a
one spell.
land, and he's...
Sorcery. He's got sorcery and land. He would put an instant in.
You're right.
So he has to hit a non-land, non-sorcery, non-instant card. So he'd have to hit a creature, enchantment, or artifact, which we know he has 4 baubles, the 4 breaches,
And then whatever he's brought in.
yeah. But I mean, he
Minus
has
the
like
Pithing Needle.
yeah, Question Druid. Okay, let's see if he hits it here. It has to be exactly this top card, and he has to bin it if it is the type. It's a land. Okay, so it won't activate the Delirium. We just get that Darcy off the board. And he gets a 1/1 Orc Army. Okay, and that's the Pithing Needle Surveil.
It's 1 card too late for that Delirium.
Yeah. So Yawg. Land draw would be nice.
Chaz has played this
yeah,
entire match on 2 lands each game.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh my gosh.
First totem for David.
Oh, that's brutal here. I think you're jamming it here. I mean, if Chaz goes next turn, like, he could just Yawgmoth. Yeah, we go.
I like jamming the totem here. He knows Chaz missed a land, just played a mana creature, and that shuts that down.
Yeah, doesn't do a whole lot.
Another Yawgmoth for Chaz.
Yeah. 2.
And now just getting in for 2.
Yeah. I mean, you just run out Zula board? No, you just leave open 2. Bluff Bowmasters. Seems totally usable. Pithing Needle's on Grist. Okay. Perfect. Oh man,
Another Grist.
Awkward.
I think
Yeah,
Chaz's
just
hand
jamming.
now is 2 Grist, 2 Yawgmoths, and an Endurance.
Yeah. Yeah, which seems fine. Pitch Grist to Endurance.
It'll slow David down. David doesn't have much of a clock going on now.
Wrench Resolve. It's like, that is totally fine. This is good too. This is setting up a really nice Endurance graveyard for Chaz.
Absolutely.
But David's going to be refilling here pretty efficiently.
Yeah, ramp with the Manamorphose, see another 2 cards with the Wren's Resolve.
Yeah. Oh, he's generating a red and a +1/+1 counter? That's amazing.
Card's great.
Yeah. It's busted. Heard it here first.
Assuming that was a red and a green.
Yeah.
To use the green for the harvest to find another land here.
Yeah. Surveil. Trasher dude. This resolves. There we go. So many fetch lands. Huh. Okay. So David's set up here. This is an interesting one. It's kind of a rock and a hard place here, right? Because you can just go for, like, David will be able to combo next turn if he really wants to. Chaz sitting on a perfect answer for that breach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some land draws for Chaz probably is what he's hoping for.
Absolutely.
I want to be able to cast my spells, please.
Worst case, something like a Force of Vigor or something to take out the Pithing Needle on the Cursed Totem to be able to play the game.
Yeah. Well, there is a land, and it is a tap land. It is the Underground Mortuary again.
Right on time.
Yeah. We've seen this before. Full graveyard, playing Underground Mortuary is your 3rd land on turn like 4 or 5. Alright, surveilling, and he's leaving it there. Maybe just another land. Fetch in here to 10. I mean, maybe just Mountain to Druid? Yeah. Yeah, once it's try to conserve life total a little bit here, he is getting low, and even with Zulaport on the board, you know, all your creatures turn into dying. Like, if you deal with Cursed Totem and then just play Yawg, then you just die.
Yes.
So
David has some options and potentially has a chance to win here, depending on what he draws.
Yeah.
Puts an exile to play.
Yeah.
Big brother, let me delegate.
Manamorphose is a very good start to that.
Oof, not a good end. What is that doing hanging out over there?
That was the Rend Resolve he cast on his main phase last turn. From
Oh, yeah.
Rend Resolve from the other Rend Resolve.
Yeah. What? Rend Resolve. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Draw another
Another Necromancer.
That is pretty much useless. Alright, he's gonna start off for the Holy Heat. Or is he gonna try to breach here? Breach? Trigger Surveil.
Chaz should be firing off his Endurance here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shut that down.
Yeah. No thank you. And do what else Endurance is gonna do here? It's gonna trigger Zuma Poke after it when it dies.
Also true. And Chaz to 21.
Yeah. That's gonna die and a trigger.
David on Breach in play with no graveyard.
Yeah.
But 2 spells in exile that each draw or see more cards.
Yeah.
So it's still entirely reasonable for David to be able to throw some Breach combo together here.
Yeah. I mean, you just like, yeah, you shock here. So this is do or die time, right? Like we gotta go now. I don't have time. Okay, he's gonna go Druid, Manamorphose, trigger.
Yeah, right?
He also just make this Druid like absolutely.
This Druid should be huge after this turn.
Yeah. Druid gets a counter, adding 2 red. So we would have Heat, plus still play Rend Resolve. Another Dark.
Second DRC sees more cards and lets him go further in with Breach.
Yeah.
Also makes the Druid bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, it needs a... Okay, so he's going to Rend Resolve here. Needs some Manamorphose. He needs some Manamorphose action here. So he's going to just Surveil the 2. Doesn't even matter what it is. Don't care.
Needs to fill that graveyard.
Okay. Not a great one.
Manamorphose puts 2 more cards in the graveyard. We'll have the option to cast that Abundant Harvest.
Yeah.
See what else you can find.
Breach, Necromancer.
Dead cards, but they fuel Breach, which is
Yeah.
probably what's most important here.
Yeah. Draw
land.
Man. Not great draws for David's side right now. It's very unfortunate. Did you imagine just drawing a third Darcy here and then just being really stoked that every spell you cast now just fuels your escape? And you even have like the extra card hanging out in there so you could still Grave Shot.
Yeah, Bolt in the graveyard is nice.
Mm-hmm.
This gives an option. We'll see if he's able to put enough cards there to be able to just capitalize on that at all.
Yeah, so you're just gonna go red.
There's
There's
a great shot. That's a big draw.
That is a huge draw. I mean, Storm Count is what?
I have no idea.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe. Storm Count's currently 6, so it'd be for 7. That's not enough to kill him, but I mean,
Take care
kill
of
all
the
your
board.
dudes. Yeah, I mean, he'll be left with the Yawgmoth, and then he'll still take 3, and he'll go to 3. Probably should have been tracking the Storm before then. Oh, and the Endurance, so it's 7.
Yes.
So currently for 8. So 7 plus 1. Storm counters that. That is the one boon for Modo is it always
Absolutely.
keeps track of Storm
Absolutely.
for you. No Storm in deck, doesn't matter. We got your back.
I don't think Chaz has seen the Grape Shot yet either.
Yeah.
So David, like smartly conserving that he's on Grape Shot by
Yeah.
not counting the Storm
True.
through this turn.
Yeah.
Which is kind of coming back to hurt him, but
Yeah. Okay, so now he's gonna start keeping track of Storm. Oh, what? Would
Okay.
have loved to draw those.
and a bauble.
Okay, Bauble is exactly what you want to see.
David
Those free
might
spells.
be able to pull this through now with those draws.
Yeah, well, no, because this would be it, right? Because he's at 9. Oh man, a Soulless Jailer is so brutal. Because he's at 9, so he can go Grape Shot you for 10, Grape Shot you for 11. Exact
There it
season.
is. Yeah.
Wow!
Wow.
Woo! Holy moly, that was... Oof. Oh my gosh, that was so good. That was so close.
Coming into play with two coming to term with 2 creatures in play and playing an Underworld Breach, getting Enduranced, and then storming Grape Shot for 21.
Yeah, starting with 0 graveyard after your breach resolves, and then going into 21 damage. It's like, wow. Yeah, unfortunate draws for Chaz on that game.
Yeah,
I mean, drawing some answers there would have been nice, because I mean, the Og deck does bring in a good amount of stuff post side. Even in just the main board, like he's got double Boseiju to deal with, Curse Totems. We saw that in game 1 when he played it. You don't really have to worry about Curse Totems in the main, but just not drawing a whole lot of answers. Just that one endurance.
Yeah, and also just being stuck on lands. Cards that would have been a big difference with Grist and Yawgmoth in hand, but just couldn't get them into play.
Yeah, just couldn't play them. Yeah, that is how it's going to be sometimes. Well, good job, David. That was great. That was awesome showing.
Yeah, always a blast to see a brew, something that's not
right?
meta, pop off like that.
Yeah,
Very
especially with
fun to see.
Grape Shot and Storm. Like, okay, all right, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I dig it. But yeah, great showing. So that's going to be our round 1. Stick around for our round 2. We'll be back in just a little bit. Get you guys some sweet Magic content.